Test your limits with the Prince TeXtreme Tour 100T. Prince updates the Tour 100T with a bright and bold new cosmetic, along with a new material, TeXtreme, for added stability while still maintaining excellent maneuverability. Another change can be found on the hoop, as Prince has removed the portholes. Lastly, this racket specs out at 10.8 ounces strung, a swing weight of 317, and a stiffness rating of 62. First up, we have Mark. Now, you've play tested a couple rackets in this new TeXtreme family. What did you think of the 100T?
I'll give it a wow right off the bat. I do like the predictability and the point and shoot accuracy of the no ports. I just like a traditional grommet system. This is a wonderful racket. Physically, aesthetically, it worked very well for me. I just now officially heard what the weight was, 10.8 on the average. I was thinking it was a little bit more than that. So for the player that's kind of looking for a little room for skill improvement, looking to jump to a heavier racket but not just quiet away, this is a perfect racket. I was able to dig into the slice, serve very well. I actually served better with this one at about 101 miles per hour relative to the 95 Tour. I was only getting to the high 90s. So this racket overall worked very well with a hybrid, full bed of a poly, or a full bed of a more elastic string type. Overall was a great play test.
Next up, we have Tiffany. Now, we both play tested the previous version of this Tour 100T. What do you think of this update?
Well, first off, I really liked the cosmetic. That was the first thing I noticed. And second, I noticed the more traditional style grommets here. And with that, I really enjoyed the feel better with this one. I wasn't quite getting that same great access to spin, but I got plenty, especially when I tested this with the poly. When I had it with the multi, my shots flattened out a little bit, but I think that was well worth the extra pace I was getting. When I mentioned pace, according to my PlaySite data, I was about average like you. I think maybe my average speed was just slightly lower than other rackets, but nothing to really worry about. I really enjoyed this one from the baseline for how quickly it swung. I did notice to get pushed around a little bit if I was stepping in and hitting against someone who hit a hard, heavy ball, felt pushed around. Overall though, I really liked the feel of this one, how quickly it swung, and just the overall improvement of feel over the previous version.
Next up, we have Chris. You've also been hitting the wide range of TeXtreme rackets. How did this 100T work for you?
I really like this racket. It's light, fast, super easy to use. From the baseline, I got good depth on my shots, good spin, some really improved feel. As the other testers mentioned, I could really sense where the ball was going. So I felt very confident taking a good cut at the ball. I really liked when the ball was up high, maybe a little short. I could step in the court, take a good whack at it, and I was getting the spin to keep the ball in the court. So I could slap a forehand and it wasn't flying on me, which was really nice. Up at net, great maneuverability, good feel again. I'd like a little bit more mass and stability from it, especially on a deeper, more defensive volley. But for its weight, I thought it was pretty solid feeling, really. And then on serve, really good access to both spin and pace. I didn't have to work hard for it. So deep in a doubles match or in a singles match, especially, I've had some long service games, I could still get the ball in with solid pace and solid spin just because I wasn't putting a ton of effort in. So I really enjoyed those aspects of it. Really fun racket for me, great feel from it, and just super easy to use.
I also play tested this racket, and right off the bat, I found it had good access to power as well as excellent maneuverability. It did take me a couple hits before I was able to really appreciate the racket and get in a good groove. I was surprised by the stability for being such a lightweight racket. For the most part, it held up. There's only just a couple times, big serves that I was returning or big ground strokes that I did find it being pushed around, but for the most part, it did its job. According to my PlaySite data, I was just slightly under my average power levels with this racket, and I wasn't feeling like I had enough weight behind the ball. When it came to serves, I had a lot of racket head speed, but I didn't really feel like that translated to power. I found myself kind of hitting a serve that was in between my first and second, took off a little pace, added a little bit more slice to get a consistent, confident serve. Overall, though, I would have liked a tad bit more plow through, especially when it came to slices and serves, and I found I really enjoyed this racket playing singles over doubles. For this playtest, we strung the Tour 100T with Prince XC string at around 53 pounds. For more information on this racket, please check it out online at tenniswarehouse.com. Thanks for watching.